Welcome to Inspiring Minds, a podcast talk show organized by DPS Rourkela that celebrates achievers, leaders, and changemakers who motivate us to dream bigger and work harder. This show is hosted by Aaravi Agrawal, student of DPS Rourkela, who brings fresh perspectives from young India. In our third episode, Beyond Books and Branches, More Than Marks, we are honored to feature Professor Umamaheshwar Rao Karanam, Director of NIT Rourkela. He is an accomplished mining engineer and academic leader with a Ph.D. from IIT Kharagpur. He has served in significant roles at IIT Kharagpur, worked internationally in South Korea and Canada, and led NIT Surathkal as director. He now serves as director of NIT Rourkela and chairs the Central Seat Allocation Board. Stay tuned as Avi engages in a thought-provoking conversation with him, uncovering stories and insights that will truly inspire young minds.
Good morning, viewers. You are tuned in into a very special segment brought to you by Aaravi Agrawal of Delhi Public School, Rourkela. And I welcome you to DPS Rourkela's third episode of the podcast talk show Inspiring Minds. Beyond Books and Branches, More Than Marks, a candid conversation with the Director of NIT Rourkela. So sit back, relax, and join us for a lively, unfiltered, and truly enlightening conversation as today we have with us Professor Umamaheshwar Rao Karanam, the Director of NIT Rourkela. Thank you, sir. Hi, how are you doing today?
As usual, never better than what I am today. And good morning to all the viewers. It's my pleasure to be present here and then share whatever is being asked to me, and then in whichever the way I would like to really present. And let's go ahead what exactly is there in store.
A little bit of context for the viewers. Here's the background information about sir. Professor Rao graduated in mining engineering from Osmania University, Hyderabad in the year 1983. He obtained his PhD in the field of rock mechanics from IIT Kharagpur. He worked as a postdoctoral at the Korea Institute of Geosciences and Mineral Resources from 2003 to 2004. That is quite impressive, sir. Later, he was awarded an erudite fellowship from Kignam, South Korea in the year 2005. After serving as the director of NIT Surathkal, Karnataka for almost 5 years, he got a second term as the director of NIT Rourkela and joined the National Institute of Importance in February 2022. A visionary leader, an academic powerhouse, and the guiding force behind NIT Rourkela's ever-rising graph of excellence. Trust me, you don't want to miss a single word. Henceforth, on behalf of DPS Rourkela, I, Aaravi Agrawal, heartily welcome you, sir, to the third episode of Inspiring Minds, Beyond Books and Branches, More Than Marks. And I also thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and being here with us today. It means a lot.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Before we begin, as the host of today's podcast session, I would like to thank our Honorable Principal Ma'am, Madam Manisha Singh, for giving us this wonderful platform to learn, express, and grow. It was her idea to initiate Inspiring Minds, our school's very first own podcast show, which has now become a space for meaningful dialogue and creative expression within our school community. Thank you so much, ma'am. Moreover, sir, I have a few questions here for you today, through which the young audience can get a glimpse into the incredible insights that you've gathered along the way. With your due permission, shall we dive into discussion?
Please go ahead without any further delay. Yeah, please.
Let us start with the bigger picture. Sir, how do you envision NIT Rourkela evolving in the next decade, not just in terms of infrastructure, but in terms of cultivating a global academic identity?
NIT Rourkela is in fact has already started its performance in the national level as well as in the international level. And then for the information of all the viewers, and then we have really raised our performance by standing at the 13th position in the country and in engineering discipline. And then it really calls for an appreciation for the planning and architecture department of NIT Rourkela. It is now in the top 10 and then it is ranked at 7th. Okay. So now it is not a small feat as it is, and then NIT Rourkela is on the path of progress. Okay, for your question, how I would like to see or envision NIT Rourkela in the next decade. Definitely, I would like to really see NIT Rourkela to be in the top 10. Top 10, it is something which is achievable. That is my expectation. Right? You expect something, I just want to be number one in all the institutions across the country. No, I am expecting what can be achieved by our faculty and then our students and everyone, and we want to be in the top 10 preferably, right, maybe at 8th or 9th is what our aim is. And towards this one there are three rather I would say that the aspects of this one. One is about the it is not about physical infrastructure, it is about the research infrastructure. Today's engineering education or even the sciences, so to say, and then because we have sciences here at NIT Rourkela and then management also. It is not just about the routine class taking and then completing the information in the classrooms, no. It is all about creating a ambience where students also think out of the box and then do some bit of research. That research may or may not really yield any result, okay. Even if you fail, that itself is an experience. So, now towards that one we have got to create, to have the research ambience on campus by all the faculty and students. We should have the research infrastructure. Research infrastructure is about the equipment and then the state of the art equipment, and then a lot has improved from my school days to now in the present time. This is one. Second thing is that our faculty members are already making a good what is that called, achievement in their through their research. Like 32 of our faculty members are really placed in the 2% of the global the Stanford research thing. And so apart from that one, our faculty members are also really creating lots of patents which are translating to the technology transfers. And then just a couple of days ago, Professor Samvid Bakshi of computer sciences, he has also really come out with a new patent about the drone and then the area coverage about that. Right? That aspect is, I just want them to keep any of the best performing IITs as their benchmark and then achieve towards that one. This is number 2. Third is our product. For that matter, for any school or a college, the product is the student, the passing out, graduating student. How is this our graduate outcome now at the world scenario? If you really want to make it a global, all right, so now we have got to really pitch them against their counterparts from any of the universities or institutions across the globe. So now I want my students to really experience global interaction, collaborative research, and then through their internships go abroad. Right? It's not that they have got to really leave this institution and then settle down abroad, but then once you know what is happening in other universities which are ranked 1 in the world, and then you get to understand that what is the great difference there in the academics and then their commitment, their involvement, right, when they are here for a short time, 4 years or 5 years. So this is a valued time. And then how their counterparts in MIT or Stanford or Berkeley or any other institution, how are they really conducting themselves in that? That is an experience which I just want my students to really know for themselves. Right? If I tell them that you please don't do that one, you may go into denial, right? Why should I be instructed? But then when you realize for yourself that this is what exactly I have got to achieve myself, these are the things which will definitely keep NIT Rourkela in the shining colors in the next decade, and then I am confident it will be achieving this particular dream.
Wisely said, sir. The small short-time experiences do lead to eye-openers, and that's a powerful, powerful roadmap right there.
Yeah.
Speaking of the future, sir, with the rapid AI and automation trends, how is NIT Rourkela preparing its students for the career options that might not exist yet?
Artificial intelligence, in fact, it has really making a buzz all around us for quite some time, and then it has really made its existence in every walk of our life, right, to the extent that each one of us are having at least one smartphone, and then that smartphone is also having Meta or any other the app of the artificial intelligence. Right. So now with the advent of this and AI in every sphere, education sector is no exception here. Right. And so probably when National Education Policy 2020 was conceived to reorganize the structure of NEP, they must have had, the visionaries must have had the thought that a day will come when we just have to make a complete overhaul from the roots to the final thing, like they have got to really do the overhauling, and then that is where it has really taken a great change in our curriculum and then mode of education. One exemplary thing about NAP 2020 is that they just did not really focus on engineering education or a professional education. Rather, they have really focused on Balvatika onwards. That means a child, before going into the school itself, right, they have a road map. Right, what exactly is the expectations of the child from Balvatika to 12th, and then after 12th, right, if they are pursuing, let us say, engineering or a commerce or a arts or a history or whatsoever, right, what exactly is the way they can really, opportunities they have, which the seniors were not really having it. So, now accordingly, NIT Rourkela has taken a massive reorganizing our curriculum. We have brought in the multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary changes, and then we have even signed an MOU with IIT Hyderabad. So, those students who are, because there should be some mechanism by which I really segregate all the students, like the yardstick which IIT Hyderabad has placed is that those students which are really maintaining 8.5 CGPA throughout till the 6th semester. So, now they get an opportunity to pursue their final year in IIT Hyderabad. So, now in spite of the fact that they are not admitted in IIT Hyderabad, they get an opportunity to pursue one full year at IIT Hyderabad or even IIT Madras or IIT Bombay. But the only bottom line is that they should be aware that I get an opportunity to pursue my final year, provided I put myself together and then maintain a average CGP of 8.5. So, now there are many, it is like today innovating your ideas. I take this opportunity to invite all the students of Delhi Public School also to visit our Foundation for Technology Business Incubation. The basic idea is that you come with a raw idea, whatever the idea that you have in your mind. Do not bother about whether it is good or a bad. Do not make any pre-assessments about that one. You just incubate that idea. Okay. And that opportunity is there for you to incubate your ideas. Anything under the sky. Okay. And then if it really realizes into something, a design or a process or a product or anything like that, okay, and that comes out to be, you can as well float it as become an entrepreneur and then make it as a startup company and then move ahead. So, these are all the opportunities which I was not having as a student. Now, this is the time when we are providing so many opportunities for everyone, not just the students of NIT Rourkela. Let me tell you, emphasize that one. Everyone in and around NIT Rourkela have this opportunity to incubate your ideas. Only thing is that you put some work to your mind to think out of the box.
That is wonderful, sir. Technology is moving fast and so are opportunities, and this is an amazing opportunity that I'm sure that the viewers won't let go by.
Yeah.
Coming up next, sir, in your view, which emerging or traditionally overlooked engineering domains are likely to become important in the next decade despite receiving less attention today?
As of now, the whole world is looking at the disciplines which are in and around or with the flavor of information technology only. Okay. And at the same time, since you have asked me my opinion, what I really consider is that the disciplines which are not really popular now, those disciplines which are related to the crisis which we are passing through. Okay. So, like water is a greatest crisis, quality of water, okay, and that is going to be a greatest crisis of the world. And environment, like even just today itself I have seen our news that air quality index of Delhi is more than 450. The scale is 0 to 500, and then if the scale itself is from 0 to 500, and if air quality at Delhi is more than 450, and then what else are you really looking at? And then your lungs will be choked, and then you will be just standing dying. This is the condition where you are entering into. And then we talk in G20 at various platforms that carbon footprints have to be removed, and then the environment is a priority. And then I think it is the time that the schools also have to realize that environmental sciences, going back to the value of these 5 things, elements like water, energy 2, air 3, soil 4, and then atmosphere. So, now anything related to that one, it is one thing which is most important, right from the high school till even that should really open out into the research, because IT everybody does it. For that matter, everyone is qualified to do something around. You have a keyboard and then you fiddle your hands on the keyboard and then something comes out of that one. But then environmental engineering is not that. Second thing is that no city in India is having a clear, smooth traffic conditions, transportation, right, infrastructure, and that infrastructure development should go hand in glove with the transportation. You cannot just keep them devoid of, right. You just have the multi-story buildings, 52 floors and then 110 floors without considering anything about the traffic. If 35,000 people are going to stay or live in one small area and 35,000 cars will be coming out of this one, how are you going to regulate this? Traffic jams have become a greatest impediment for the growth of our country too.
Yes.
The last one is about Gati Shakti, which has been the flagship program of our Honorable Prime Minister. That is all, again, it's all related to the supply chain management. If India has to really become self-reliant and Atmanirbhar, we cannot really ignore the importance of these things.
Wisely said, sir. Let us zoom out a bit and let me ask you, sir, if you could redesign the Indian higher education model from scratch, what is one core principle that you would keep and one that you would discard?
What I discard is the way I received the education. During our time, school or college or even engineering, examinations used to decide, all right, so now whether you are really a successful person or going to be a successful person or not. And then these examinations are 3-hour examination, given syllabus, and then you just by heart, and then it's a rote learning. This is precisely to say that rote learning, and then you take the examination, and then afterwards there is no way and there is no scope for us to really apply what we have learned. Okay. That has to change, number one. And as a person having really been involved with CSAB, let me inform all the viewers that CSAB is Central Seat Allocation Board. Okay. And this is through this particular mechanism or the gateway that we allot the seats for the successful JEE students to various institutions across the country, engineering seats, which involves JEE is the basic bottom line for those who really get the admission. This is nothing but gatekeeping, right. Yes. So now I am just trying to hold that you have the gate score or you have the JEE score and then you are in, right. This I do not know whether it is at all possible or not with 14 lakh, 15 lakh taking the examination, what can be the best mechanism, but then this mechanism of gatekeeping should go away. You understood what I mean to say?
Yes, definitely. That is wisely
when you
said.
want to get into a theatre, you have to have the ticket. Only then you are permitted into the theatre.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the same way, I am holding the ticket. The ticket is your JEE score.
Yes.
ये चले जाना चाहिए. This is exactly what the reason is that children are losing the childhood or rather even their adolescence in the pursuit of really preparing themselves for JEE. Everybody must have really heard about the stress the child is really passing through in the process of preparing for JEE and NEET and any competitive examinations, and then it becomes so tough for them to sustain that, and then sometimes they say that enough of it. let me quit. And quitting is not the way of really living the life. So now, if I get an opportunity, I don't know, right now I don't have any plan because offhand I cannot give, but then I want to get rid of, never ever this rote learning should be there. If we have got to really enjoy what we have, what we are learning, number one. Number two, this entrance examinations should get out of our lives, the lives of the students.
Truly hope so.
Right now, there is no other mechanism. There is no other mechanism because I have got to eliminate 14 lakh
That's true.
to some 15-20,000 students. How do I, what is the best mechanism of elimination? It's only elimination. I am not really, this is not giving opportunity to anyone to know whether the boy or a girl is good enough to really get in. It is elimination.
True. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And what is one principle that you would like to keep?
Related to
Yes,
academics or general life?
The whole Indian education model.
One principle rather I would like to really tell everyone, including you, is that you just have to make a conscious choice. A conscious choice of what you want to do with your career.
Beautifully said, sir. So when we talk about conscious choice, it also relates to the multiple streams that we're given, and that gives us the opportunity to think about it, to make a conscious driven decision that, okay, given these my options, I would like to go for this. Nicely said, sir. Now moving on to something that every school student struggles with. According to you, sir, how should a student balance their school studies along with competitive exam preparation without burning out?
Right, I don't see that there is any way out of this preparation for the competitive examination. Right now, I don't really foresee that. Right, but then what I say is that let us just try to understand. You name it as a JEE or NEET or any CUET, any entrance examination, they are connected to NCERT.
True.
Okay, because they are designed on the basis of that pattern. So now I don't think that you should really make these are the two different aspects. School, if it is following NCERT, as well as the next, that is entrance examination, they fall within the same stream. You don't divide, make it into two parts, different parts. When you make it into two parts, and then the total available time for you, you are going to divide them into two aspects of it. This is one. And from my personal experience, because I am also a parent, and so I speak as a parent now. Right. So now we used to dump so many materials on my son. Okay, like physics, you have hordes of books available on physics, chemistry, mathematics, and then there are so many, like you had the Fiji material, you pay 35,000 rupees, every week they send you the bundles of this material. Likewise, everything, career point, whatever was available, right? Out of the anxiety to see that my son is successful in JEE, we have dumped so many materials on him. But then poor fellow had same number of hours. How many books one can really go through? This is one thing which I have learned through in a very, very hard way. Every book says the same thing. Limit yourself to one source, right? And that adds, it doesn't add preparation, it really develops pressure on you. We should not be pressure. Okay. And generally, what people say is that you should have a timetable, a rigid timetable. सवेरे उठते ही ये करेंगे, इसके बाद ये करेंगे, इसके बाद ये करेंगे, इसके बाद ये करेंगे. It doesn't go like that. There should be flexibility. Flexibility such that around 50 to 60% of your available time you should spend on your school, okay, and then the remaining in that, another 50% of that one you have got to devote to your competitive examinations. 10% definitely 10% for the recreation, because you have got to recharge yourself for the next day's this mundane, the preparation aspect of that one. Okay. This is one thing, and then 18 hours of work without substance, right, without substantial outcome. Rather, 4 hours of effective work can really compensate 18 hours of work. It is not the number of hours, it is how many hours you are being able to keep yourself effectively utilized. That is most important.
Definitely.
Don't lose your childhood. Make a part of your JE preparation or NEET preparation, or this is as important as that.
It's really nicely said, sir. I am sure that at this point the viewers are taking notes.
Yes, I just would like to really take the children a note of this one, because you got to make a flexible choice of everything.
Definitely. Sir, I would like to take this conversation slightly into the personal lane. May I?
Sure, please.
Was there a defining moment in your academic journey, sir, that shaped your perspective and philosophy of education or leadership as a whole?
Oh my God, this is a question which right now it's everything of my life is a rather a turning moment. Like, let me tell you, I am from a lower middle class family. My father is a school teacher, a big family. I am the fourth in the family, and we had a very a tough going in the childhood. For a primary school teacher and not really having a house, it's definitely challenging thing. And then I had 3 sisters. I have 3 sisters, and then one elder brother, and then me. That was whatever my father has believed in. He was being a teacher. He said that the only wealth which I can really transfer to you is the importance of education. That is one. The most important, or rather many times I just wake up in my sleep thinking that I get a jolt. Had that not happened in my life, where I would have landed myself. This happened after my graduation in engineering from Osmania Engineering College. Like everyone, I joined a very good public sector company. But then my physical stature, right, in 82, 83, I must have been very short and thin, and then frail personality. And I joined the company working in the shifts, and then I realized that my mind or my nature does not really allow me to be in the shop floor. And that's the time when I realized that I have to become a teacher. It's not one day's realization. That was, I was there for almost 2 years. Every back shift, I used to have a debate, which I did not have it when I was in the college. That is the time when I realized that what do I want to become in my life? What do I have to do with my life and my career? So that's when I thought that I have to do masters, and then my family was dependent on me, my salary, and then I know that if I really quit, I asked my father's permission, he will definitely say no, and he will throw me out of the house. So now I did quit. It was in the 3rd shift. I quit my job. I didn't inform my parents also. I straight away, I am from Hyderabad. I straight away went to my classmate who was working in the industry. I spent some time there, prepared myself for GATE examination. And since it was a do or die situation, because I have resigned, and I do not have any strings attached to the company. That me alone knows. So no, I had to do something. So I worked very hard and then got a very good score. And then I was confident. That I will get into masters, and then I did taken admission in IIT Kharagpur, because that was another a dream place. And when I took the admission, I was the first candidate to get admitted in mining engineering. I am basically a mining engineer. And then it was in the last week of July. I waited till end of August. First week of September, the chairman GATE says that there is no other candidate who has taken admission with you in mining at IIT Kharagpur. So now we are closing this particular program. And I was really aghast, like, what do I do now? They said that since you have given me admission, they said that we will put you in chemical engineering. And then for a whole night, believe me, I did not sleep. Whole night I was staring at the roof and then thinking that what do I do now? Can I take a perpendicular path into chemical engineering? And then at the end of that one, Indian industry is also very conservative, you believe. A mining engineer with a MTech in chemical engineering, I may not be the choice by both the industries.
Point.
Neither here nor there, na ghar ka na ghat ka. And then it was end of September. That night, I just picked up my baggage because I had nothing. I took TC from IIT Kharagpur the next day. Means my admission is now no more, null and void at IIT Kharagpur. I boarded into Neelanchal Express, general compartment, and then I landed in IITBH. I go there, and since I had some friends there, I dumped my bag and then walked into the mining department, and then the head says that the session has already started in July. You are getting into October, close to examinations, and then I will not give you admission.
What did you do at that time, sir?
I lost my job. I took TC from IIT Kharagpur, and now I have no way to go, no place to really, any job to do or anything to do. Right? And then I sat on the stairs. Unknowingly, I just broke down. It was exactly 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I didn't have my lunch also. Right? And then I broke down, and then I didn't know how I was really crying. And I just faintly heard someone tapping on my head and then asking me to give him the way. All right. I just, with the tears in the eyes, I just looked into him, and then he saw me. Definitely, I am completely disturbed a lot, and then he just asked me, "Uthiye, hua kya? What exactly has happened to you?" And then I just briefly told, this is exactly, I lost everything. And then I am from this family. Family background is that they cannot even support me. And then if my father gets to know that I have nothing in hand, than just sitting at home and then become a burden to him. Right? So now I am there at this predicament. And that is the time he took me to his room. I just cannot forget him. His name is Bharat Bhushan Dhar, BB Dhar. He is a professor in mining department.
Okay.
And then he asked me to sit down there. I don't know how many calls he made, to whom all he made a call. And then he told me that, do you have money? I said, I just do not have a single pie. Not even enough money to buy my lunch. I don't know how to go back also to Hyderabad. So you don't worry, I will give you money. Then I was thinking that he is going to give me money to go back. And then he called his research scholar. He told that, take him to the accounts and establishment on this Dean Academic, and you pay the fee. So now that was the turning point. So now I was absolutely like nothing like it. So now that defined the future, that I thought I have to really pay him back for giving me this opportunity. And then I came out with 9.38 out of 10. Never in the past, never in the future, nobody really achieved that credit. So I was the topper, and then the life afterwards
That is
put me.
So impressive, sir.
Right. So now there will always be some turning point, right? And somebody plays a greater role. Right. So now that was the turning moment in my life.
That started your legacy. I see, sir. That is amazing. That is truly amazing.
So that in fact, definitely defined me what a teacher should be. A teacher is not to punish a student, and a teacher is not to really push forward the excellent students. A bad student or a weaker student needs a teacher.
Yes.
And then the teacher is needed by a student who also needs some support by virtue of his status also. Right? That's defined. I wanted to become a teacher. But then what are the principles that I have got to really hold on? That experience of my life has really helped me.
That is amazing, sir. Somebody should write that down, honestly. That was really good. That was moving. Right?
Yeah.
Let's move on to something more reflective. So, if every student could take away one life lesson beyond degrees and beyond placements, what would you want that to be?
I take my life as an example, because it's a one opportunity to be living. It's a beautiful opportunity, and how you define this particular opportunity. I cannot really live like Umamaheshwar Rao again. I fail in examination, say, I have supplementary. I fall sick, I may recover from that one. I broke my leg, or I break my leg, I recover from this one. But then all that we have to realize is that it's a beautiful one single opportunity. Right? And then we have got to realize that one. And we should not rush through things. And what I mean by rushing through things is that it's not a race, my dear Aaravi. It is not a race. It's a relationship. I don't know whether you are getting me or not. It's a relationship. The relationship that you have developed with yourself. What relationship you have developed with yourself? Okay? What relationship that you have developed with your parents who are the cause of you? What is the relationship that you have developed with the society around you? A bad critic also is really trying to give some contribution to yourself. And last is that you cannot be blind to the nature around you.
Definitely, sir.
Right? And today what I am seeing, I see all my students here, they have sacrificed their adolescence from 8th class onwards. Like I, as a father also, I have really put my son to a lot of working to prepare for JEE and all that one. Then they crack in and then they get here, right, in the pursuit of really accomplishing something, marks or internships or placement or something that, if you forget the very truth that you are human, if you forget that, और क्या बचा है?
All is in vain.
Right? It is not in what you have achieved. Right? It is all there in what you have been losing in smaller things of life. Right? A tension-free breathing, a peaceful breathing, right? A beautiful smile on the face. Right? And then the experience of knowing what you did not know yesterday. Watching a bird making a nest, watching a spider struggle to make its web. I took the help of Samvit Bakshi also. And one beautiful spider, struggling for days, it made a web. I was watching it every day. One small ant, these are all very tiny, you may think that insignificant creatures are moments in life, but then they define, my dear, they define. That little red ant was carrying the egg with her, struggling. That means life itself is a sangharsh. This you should not forget. This is one thing which you should all, don't give up. There cannot be a bigger defeat than the day when you give up.
So true, sir. Failure is not.
No, it's not end.
Up.
Life is not in your marks. Life is not in your IT job or a commerce job. Life is not that. You don't know. Did I know? Sitting there on the stairs, crying, not really knowing how the life gets unfolded. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So now I became a professor. I almost visited more than a dozen countries. Had that not happened in my life, Bibidhar, right? The experience which I have had after that. Right? So now play till the last ball. Right? And then I want to really give one message to jobs may define your career. Your presence and assessment of what is there all around will define your life. That is important. Experience life.
I see, sir. Nicely said. Let us move on to a student life now. A small peek into the past. Sir, is there one habit or routine from your school days that you follow till date, even today?
One habit, I am not a rigid a person like fixed timetable, 5:30 बजने उठना है, ये करना है, do. Whenever I get up, and then one thing I used to really do from my days in IIT BHU, because those are the days of defining moments. I really wanted to enjoy going round Banaras and then sit on the 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the night in Ganga Tat pe baithe and trying to, what is all this? Thoda philosophical bent pe. And then I was a sports person, means I played for you may not really believe if I say that I was a fast bowler of my college.
That's fascinating.
Right, and then I used to play badminton. I represented my discipline also.
Wow.
And then I have really in fact been participating in cultural activities as well, more a folk dancer from my school days. So my university, Usman University, I represented and we won so many medals in the folk dances. And at the same time I did not ignore the studies. So I was not a bad student either. And then when I wanted to really hit the sky, I hit like 9.38 out of 10 in IIT BHU. So now I am more a flexible person, right? No rigid timetables. The only fear is that when you make it rigid, so rigid, you are bound to lose it. So make it flexible.
I see, sir. So I think we're all a little curious now. What was your student life like? Were you more of a library person or more of a canteen regular?
Just now I told you that in fact I was luckily, right, my available time was so packed. Even today my time is so packed that I had to be in sports, various different types of sports, representing that one, taking coaching, and then getting injured. I broke my jaw, I broke my knuckles, and then playing cricket, and then I had so many injuries. I used to always get admitted in the hospital every fortnight, or recovering from the injuries, sports injuries and so, and then participating in representing the college for dances and everything, and then the academics. So now, right, I am not a canteen man because I never had time to sit in canteen and then gossip. No, I never had time.
I see, sir. Okay, all right, sir. It's time to shift gears. We've reached the audience favorite segment, the rapid fire round. Quick questions, instinctive answers. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah, let me try.
Your guilty pleasure food?
Guilty pleasure food. I love sweets a lot, but then I suffer a lot after taking that.
Your favorite childhood memory in one line?
Favorite?
Childhood memory?
Childhood memory, my very childhood, and then my friends in my mohalla, not my school friends, my.
I see. Okay, students today, more creative or more distracted?
They are definitely more creative.
One book that you can read again and again?
But I used to be ardent, was a fan of Ayn Rand.
Okay.
So I think I read almost all of her books. And then The Fountainhead is one book which I really liked a lot. And then being an engineer that time, and so that was something which really helped me define myself, probably.
Staff meetings, necessary or torture?
Meetings are required.
Necessary then. If you could time travel, past or future?
Since I enjoyed my past, I don't know how the future is going to be. It's uncertain. I really do not know the next moment. So now what I enjoy is my yesterday.
That's nice. Success in one word.
Happiness.
Interesting. That's nice. Tea or coffee?
Tea. I'm a absolutely ardent lover of tea. The two masala chai, not tea.
Morning bird or night owl?
Morning.
If you could master one new skill, what would it be?
I, being born in a lower middle class family, and I'm one, it's a not one word, a few sentences, because it's important also. My sisters never helped my mother in cooking.
I see. Okay.
That was their choice. I used to help my mother in her cooking. I learned cooking with her. I learned stitching with her. I learned so many things. My mother is a brilliant, though she is illiterate, she is a brilliant woman, and she has influenced me a lot in my life. She is an amazing communicator, amazing. Any rift in the families or anything, and if she is there, definitely she would resolve. I think if ever I can really achieve her skill of communication. Communication not just to gossip, communication to really sit on a problem and then resolve that. Everyone, because we have so many skills to communicate. Art, painting communicates, dance communicates, singing communicates. But then art of speaking is one thing which is most important, I feel. And I have a lot of it, which I have inherited from my mother. And she is far superior speaker than me.
I see the sparkle in your eyes, sir.
Yes.
Truly amazing. Wonderful. Nicely done, sir. And that brings us to the end of the session. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for this time. Right, I think we have just wrapped up in 1 hour. My last message to all the viewers here is that please be conscious of what you are, make a conscious choice of everything in your life, and enjoy life. It's a wonderful opportunity to be in the life and enjoying it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the clarity and the vision that you've shared with us. It's truly an honor to be able to hear your journey and your perspective. And I'm sure that to everyone tuned in, this conversation altogether has left them with something to think about, something to work towards, and something to believe in overall. Thank you so much.
I have one last question to you.
Yes,
maybe you have been asking me.
Go ahead, sir.
Right. One question to you is that I hear, I read, and then somebody also keeps cautioning me that this generation is, quote unquote, is the Generation Z.
Yes.
They know everything. That's what is the character of the generation. They have clarity of what they want to be. They have focus. They know everything. But still, why do you think, belonging to this particular generation, why do you think this generation is not able to conduct themselves the way they have to? Because the opportunities, they don't knock at you till you open the door. No, they knock only once. Failure, they knock at you till you open that one. Right? So now, having this character of completely aware, have the information, focused, and then everything which other generations, previous generations do not have. But still you are not able to conduct yourself the way you have to. What do you think is the reason?
Okay, sir. Coming from the Gen Z generation, I think now I have the whole responsibility of conveying their message through me. But as you said, even during the previous questions, that you are now giving us the opportunities that you did not have. So we Gen Zs are very well aware that we have been given multiple opportunities, the platforms and such spaces that was not given to our previous generations, to our parents or even before that. And we are very grateful for that. But when you say that Gen Z quotes that they know everything, I think when they say that they know everything includes the fact that they do not know everything and they're willing to learn more. When opportunity does knock, they are willing to go ahead and open that door. So I don't quite understand when you say that we are failing to achieve our conduct. I think we're more
No, no, I am
working
not really
towards it.
measuring. There is no measuring yardstick in my hand. I am just only asking you to conducting yourself in the life that is there before you. Conducting your life which is there in your hands and before you. Where are you feeling and why are you feeling? To conduct your own self.
I see. So, by what I know is that in my generation, each of us believe ourselves to be quite important. We believe that, by what I know, it is true. It's my perspective over here. So, everybody takes their life into their own hands. They make their own mistakes, they learn from it, and then they fall into their conduct of life. So, it will take some more time.
I
It
will
will
not
take
trouble
some
you.
more journey.
Okay, think over. The reason is that I want this generation to really achieve something that is, you have asked me, we started our conversation with my dream for my institution. I have a dream for my country, which has given me identity. That my generation, this generation Z, should be participating in full strength to make the dreams of the country come true. Atmanirbhar Bharat. Right. So it is one thing which is most important. It happens only when you take the responsibility into your hand.
Definitely, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. With that, we formally conclude today's episode. Dear audience, that is it for today. So, we will be back very soon with another dip site, another idea, and another inspiring mind. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And thank you, audience, for being here with me. This is Aaravi Agrawal signing off. Goodbye.